From 1983 to 2005, during the Second Sudanese Civil War, thousands of South Sudanese children left their war-torn villages and walked across Africa in search of safety. Over 20,000 boys made this perilous trek and became known as the Lost Boys of Sudan. But they weren't the only children impacted by the war.
Most of the people hear about lost boys, and very few people hear about the lost girls, primarily because less than 100 lost girls were brought over to the United States, while almost 3,800 lost boys were brought over at the same time.
Julie Hill is executive director of Outreach Africa Lost Boys Foundation, a nonprofit organization that supports South Sudanese refugees. She explains why only 89 lost girls were chosen to come to the United States during the resettlement program in 2000.
In the refugee camp called Kakuma, where most of them lived, the boys were all kept in one section of the camp, and then the girls were actually farmed out to families within the camp. Sometimes it was for their protection because they were girls and they felt like they needed to be protected more, but sometimes it was so they would have somebody to do their chores, and also for looking into the future so they could get a bride price.
Ayan Ding was one of the original 89 female refugees to settle in the United States. But because she is a lost girl, stories like hers are rarely told.
It's 1991. The village I was living in was attacked at night. That time it was middle of the night, and we kind of ran out from the house to the bushes, and we spent 3 days there, hiding.
Ayan was just 6 years old when she made her dangerous journey across South Sudan, moving from camp to camp in search of refuge.
During that time, we came across so many people were killed, died, they float on the water, and it wasn't pleasant. Like, we go 2 days or 3 days without food. I counted some of the people, some of the kids being taken by hyenas and eaten by hyenas, and crocodile, some of them from the river, I saw some of the lady let their kid just flow and they drowned because they couldn't get help from anybody, but she had like maybe 4 kids and she couldn't hold everybody, together at once. You just live through it, and like from day to day, you don't know when it's gonna be your turn.
But perhaps the greatest struggle she faced was the loss of her 3 younger siblings, who all died only weeks apart from each other.
There was dead body flowing on the water, and we have to get it water. At some point, we have to drink water, and a lot of people become sick, get sickness through drinking contaminated water, and the result for that, drinking that water, I had lost my sibling through drinking water, and they got sick from malaria, and within the month they all died. And I was tied to my brother and sister, and today, I haven't got over them.
Finally, Ayan and her surviving family members reached the Kakuma refugee camp in Kenya. Nearly 4 years later, 15-year-old Ayan left for America.
How I got to America is through my brother and my cousin, and they were living in a minor camp, and they put me on the list to come here. I'm kind of proud to be a lost girl, to have an opportunity to come here to America and have that education. I'm the first girl in my family to be able to graduate from high school, go to college, so that's a huge success.
Today, Ayan is passionate about sharing her experiences and is currently working on a memoir that tells her story.
I want lost girl to be heard. Majority of lost boys are known, but for lost girl, we don't, nobody know there was a lost girl here. I want to go back to Africa and South Sudan, and I can help in so many ways.
There are still many severe ongoing problems for the lost girls. The Lost Girls have told me here that they have friends in the camp who have lost hope to the extent that they have hung themselves from trees in the camp with their children watching below them. I can't imagine anything sadder. And what we can do is give them a voice.
Today, Ayad lives in Norfolk, Virginia with her 3 children. Although she has made a better life for herself, her experiences in Sudan are still a part of her.
Out of all the things that I experienced, I wouldn't be living today if it wasn't God. I think that God has shows me to fulfill the purpose that I'm here today. And that purpose is to help back in Sudan. I know I'm here for a reason, and to continue with my education. And I'm stronger every day, you know. No matter what life brings, I will still face, you know, I will still be strong. And I know I came a long way. As a lost girl, I'm not lost from God. God still knows me.